At the center of our galaxy lies a group of ancient stars which are at odds with their stellar neighbors. While the majority of stars near the center of the Milky Way rotate in line with their surroundings, researchers have found a population of elderly stars at the center refuse to follow suit. Rather than rotating around the center of the galaxy, these stars, which are estimated to be 10 billion years old, meander around the core in larger random motions. According to an international team of researchers peering inwards to the Milky Way's core, the star's origins are a mystery as the movement indicates they would have formed much further out. This even more ancient population of stars appears to have a completely different origin, explained Juntai Shen, an astronomer at the Shanghai Astronomical Observatory and co-author of the study. The team used an instrument aboard the Anglo-Australian telescope near Siding Spring, Australia, to measure the speed of almost 950 stars in the center of the Milky Way. They focused on a particular class of star, called RR Lyrae variables, which are only found in star clusters more than 10 billion years old. At the center of the Milky Way is a dense cluster of stars which form a bulging bar-like shape, most of which orbit in the same direction around the galactic core. But the RR Lyrae variables were quite different, hinting at a different origin from the surrounding stars. According to the team, the movement of the H stars indicates that they may have been among the earliest elements of the galaxy to form. Dr. Andrea Kunder, an astrophysicist at the Leibniz Institute for Astrophysics Potsdam, AIP, in Germany, who led the study, said, "We expected to find that these stars rotate just like the rest of the bar. Our team was quite surprised by the results." Shen added, "They account for only 1% of the total mass of the bar, but this even more ancient population of stars appears to have a completely different origin than other stars there, consistent with having been one of the first parts of the Milky Way to form." More than the movement, the makeup of the stars themselves could be offer another clue, say researchers. As stars burn, scientists believe they act as fusion factories, churning out elements. They carry out a process called nucleosynthesis, in which lighter elements, starting with hydrogen and helium, are fused to create heavier and heavier elements. New generations of stars are expected to be made up of increasing amounts of these heavier elements, while the older stars are expected to be lacking in them. Early tests indicate that this may be the case with the RR Lyrae stars spotted. Dr. Andreas Koch of Lancaster University added, "Our first tests indicated that the RR Lyrae population also behaves very differently from the rest of their neighborhood in terms of their metal content." Dr. Koch told Mail Online, "The most likely explanation is that the non-rotating population is of a different origin of the surrounding. This is like digging in a city that is built on, such as Roman remains, finding signs of an even older culture underneath." He added, "Our finding then sheds light on the earliest formation phases of the Milky Way and it could point to an early merger origin. Some bigger object fell into the central regions long ago, that is these stars were born far away from their present, central location." In future, the group hopes to take more measurements of these strange stars, of which there may be 2 or 3 times as many,